Chapter 7, Recovery and Relapse. Many people think that recovery is simply a matter of not using. They consider a relapse a sign of complete failure and long periods of abstinence a sign of complete success. We, in the recovery program of Narcotics Anonymous, have found that this perception is too simplistic. After a member has had some involvement in our fellowship, a relapse may be the jarring experience that brings about a more rigorous application of program. By the same token, we have observed some members who remain abstinent for long periods of time whose dishonesty and self-deceit still prevent them from enjoying complete recovery and acceptance within society. Complete and continuous abstinence, however, in close association and identification with others in NA groups, is still the best ground for growth. Although all addicts are basically the same in kind, we do, as individuals, differ in degrees of sickness and rates of recovery. There may be times when a relapse lays the ground for complete freedom. At other times, that freedom can only be achieved by a grim and obstinate willfulness to hang on to abstinence come hell or high waters until a crisis passes. An addict who by any means can lose, even for a time, the need or desire to use has free choice over impulsive thinking and compulsive action, has reached a turning point that may be the decisive factor in his recovery. The feeling of true dependence and freedom hangs here at times in the balance. To step out alone and run our own lives again draws us. Yet we seem to know that what we have has come from dependence on a power greater than ourselves and from the giving and receiving of help from others in acts of empathy. Many times in our recovery, the old bugaboos will haunt us. Life may again become meaningless, monotonous, and boring. We may tire mentally in repeating our new ideals and tire physically in our new activities, yet we know that if we fail to repeat them, we will surely take up our old practices. We suspect that if we do not use what we have, we will lose what we have. These times are often the periods of our greatest growth. Our minds and bodies seem tired of it all, yet the dynamic forces of change or true conversion deep within may be working to give us the answers that alter our inner motivations and change our lives. Recovery, as experienced through our 12 steps, is our goal, not mere physical abstinence. To improve ourselves takes effort, and since there is no way in the world to graft a new ideal on a closed mind, an opening must be made somehow. Since we can do this only for ourselves, we need to recognize two of our seemingly inherent enemies, apathy and procrastination. Our resistance to change seems built in, and only a nuclear blast of some kind will bring about an alteration or initiate another course of action. A relapse, if we survive it, may provide the charge for the demolition process. A relapse and sometimes subsequent death of someone close to us can do the job of awakening us to the necessity for rigorous personal action.